Hello there everyone, the Jedi Brick here, and today I am taking a look at the LEGO Star Wars set 75400 Plo Koon's Jedi Starfighter Microfighter. This set came out on June 1st of 2025, has 89 pieces, and is for ages 6 and up, and retails for $15 here in the United States. That is a price jump we saw, I believe it was 2 years ago, with the Mandalorian's N1 Starfighter with Grogu. So ever since then, they have been pricing these at $15. We saw the same thing with the Captain Rex microfighter of last year. So I think that's going to be the new trend for these microfighters being $15. And I'm going to let you guys know later on in the video if I think this is worth it or not. But taking a look at the box here, we have the microfighter front and center. And I really like the design of this microfighter. I think this is a really cool build for it, but we'll talk about that later on. I'm not too sure what the setting for this is. It might be the planet that he's on in Revenge of the Sith, Cato Neimoidia, I believe that's what it is, where he gets shot down during Order 66. I think that's the planet that they're referencing here with the background art. I'm not entirely sure. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. It could be Coruscant. I guess I could see like Coruscant with the buildings, but anyway, we have the Clone Wars stripe there to let you guys know it is from the Clone Wars era. Flipping the box around, you have Plo Koon just out with his lightsaber. It looks like the ship has landed. You have the droid right there as well, and you can also see on the top corner there we have a clip for his lightsaber underneath the ship, which I think is really cool. A lot of Star Wars ships and stuff do that nowadays, but that's the box, so let's take a look at the minifigure. So the only minifigure we get in this set is Plo Koon, and I really think they did a great job on this. This is the first time we've seen Plo Koon since the original Clone Wars sets, I believe. We've only gotten him in that Clone Wars style, and I think this is a massive improvement on that one. Of course, LEGO's printing and overall quality has improved, so with this minifigure, you don't have to worry about the brittle brown with the arms and the legs. That was my main concern with the original one, where the minifigure's torso and everything could snap at any moment, anytime you decide to move it, but that's not an issue with this minifigure here. Everything has been updated, and they even have a new mold for the head, which I think is so much better compared to the original one. I really wish I had that original one to show you guys side by side, but it is just so much better. And the way they made this one is the original used to be a rubberized piece, almost like a hard rubber, and this one is just a complete plastic mold, which I think is much better. I prefer the hard plastic over the rubberized heads, and I think it makes it more sturdy, and I think it also allows for a lot more printing and just detail on there. Like if I show you guys just the printing on there, like in the designs, the lines, and everything, it just looks so good. This is not something you would have seen on the original Clone Wars minifigure, and I think that's great that we're seeing that massive improvement. And as of right now, this is exclusive to this Microfighter set. And let's be real, this is the only reason you're buying this. No one is buying this for the build. Everyone is going to be buying this for the Plo Koon minifigure. I think this is just a great minifigure, and the printing on the torso and legs is pretty good. Not a whole lot going on there with the torso, but the legs are really nice. On the torso, you have the belt and just a little bit of like wrinkles and stuff on the tunic. If I move his head, you can see a little bit of the collar of the tunic. If I bend him down, you guys can see a bit more of those lines. Just not a whole lot going on with the torso of this minifigure, which I think is fine. Not really a whole lot to go off of with the set or from the show anyway, because his uniform is pretty bland. Not a whole lot going on there, but the legs look really nice. Um, yeah, I was gonna say I think they could be dual moded, but I really don't think they need to be. I don't think that takes away from this minifigure at all. I think the legs and everything are really good. He has a blue lightsaber as well. And while it's not a technical minifigure in this set, here is the droid that comes with the Starfighter. Unfortunately, you don't get the body or anything for the astromech, which is, I think, my only real complaint with this set. For $15, you really should be getting the rest of the droid, even though it wouldn't really fit inside the Microfighter. It would just have to be set aside. I really think they should have included the body for the droid. I think it would have been great to get a different color for an R2 unit. I think that would have been great. But the overall printing for this one is the white with brown accents. I think this is a really good. This is the first time I believe we've seen this droid. I don't know the name of the droid off the top of my head, but it does look really nice. I really just wish we would have gotten the rest of the body. So here is the build and the microfighter for the set. I already put Plo Koon and the droid back in there. And this is such a great microfighter. With the increase of price, I have also seen an increase of quality with the microfighter builds ever since the last one with Captain Rex's Y Wing. I think this is just a really good build overall. You have Plo Koon that fits in there really nicely. You have the droid, like I said earlier, won't be able to fit the entire body if there even was one with it. But I think it looks great. I think they didn't really skip out on any parts or anything. For $15, this feels like a very complete thing that you're getting. Of course, it would be great to get this for $10, but inflation happens and everything, and you could always wait for this to go on sale. But I think this is a great set for $15. You have some of these newer pieces here just to get different angles and stuff with these new kind of slope pieces. And I think that looks really good. Underneath here, not a whole lot going on, but you do have that clip right there where you could just attach the lightsaber, and that's great. I think just literally every Star Wars set comes with clips and stuff, especially for Jedi Starfighters nowadays, so that's nothing really new, but I'm happy they included that. We have these stud shooters on either side that shoot the translucent blue tile studs. I think that's great. One other thing about this set that I think is cool is it's kind of built on these hinges with the wings. So like right there, that's how those are attached. And you do have this, I guess, the option if you wanted um, to bend the wings a little bit as like a little hidden play feature, I suppose. You could take them, they're like straight right now, and then they're going into landing mode or whatever. You just have more options and stuff and more articulation. And for what at the end of the day is a set targeted towards kids, I think that is something very important. So that is my review of the Plo Koon's Jedi Starfighter Microfighter. And I think this is honestly one of the best Lego Star Wars sets we've gotten in a while. I have really no complaints. My only complaint, like I keep saying, is giving the droid the rest of the body. But other than that, I think this is a great set. I think it does have a good value right now at $15 while that Plo Koon is still exclusive. If it was, an Ahsoka's Jedi Starfighter with the the figure and droid that we got in the bigger set, I wouldn't have the same opinion. But this is a Plo Koon that we never gotten before. It's brand new to the set, new mold and everything. So I think that definitely makes the $15 price worth it. And when I was done building the set, I really enjoyed it. Like I keep saying it, the build feels very complete. It feels very sturdy. It feels great for a $15 set. And I wouldn't mind if they did this again. I think it would be great if once a year or something we got a different Jedi's Starfighter for the Microfighter, just like a minifigure we wouldn't really get in a bigger set or anything, like something they couldn't really include, like a Sacy Tin or an Evan Peel, like someone like that, more niche Jedi from the Clone Wars, not necessarily like an Anakin or Obi-Wan. I think that would be really cool as a way to get those more like B and C list Jedi that a lot of adult fans know, and it would also be a good introduction and a good toy for the younger audience. I think that would be really great. Like all they would have to do is put in the new minifigure, get the new droid head, and just swap the colors. I don't think it would be that hard. I don't think they're going to do that, but I really think they should. I think that would be a great idea. I'm sure a lot of people would also get behind that if it was a way to get more modern versions of those Clone Wars characters that have been dying for a remake since like 2000, 2000 what, 2009, 2010 or whatever. It's been over 10 years, so I think that would be really good if they were able to modernize those a little bit. But that is my review of this set. Like I've said before, the $15 is definitely worth it, and if you're not sure about it, you could always wait for it to go on sale. I think $15 is a great price for it at the moment. That could change if they put the Plo Koon in something else, because then it's no longer just an exclusive to this set. But yeah, I think this is really worth $15. I hope they do more of this in the future. Just keep the build the exact same, change out the minifigures and everything. I think that would be great. But yeah, that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think about this set in the comments down below, and subscribe if you're new here. And I've also opened up a Bricklink store over the weekend. So if you guys are interested in checking out my Bricklink store, I will link it in the description down below. And with all that said, hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Bye.